Hey everyone, welcome to this ultimate explainer on studying engineering abroad. Look, if you're an Indian student aiming for a global STEM degree in 2026 or 2027, you are in exactly the right place. The entire landscape of international education, it's literally flipped on its head over the last year. Those old strategies, they just won't cut it anymore. But don't sweat it, because today we're building a brand new, highly strategic roadmap tailored specifically for you. We're talking top global universities, the exact exams you're going to need, the costs, post-study work realities, and those fully funded scholarships you absolutely need to know about. Get ready because this is going to be incredibly valuable.
61%. Yeah, you heard that right. That is the shocking U.S. F1 student visa rejection rate for Indian applicants in 2025. That's a decade-high figure, guys. And what this means for you, it means treating the United States as your guaranteed default option is just no longer a safe bet. Visa risk is now a very real strategic variable that we absolutely have to factor into your planning. We need a broader, much smarter approach to make sure your global engineering dreams actually become a reality.
Okay, let's dive into this. We've mapped out this explainer into a 5-step strategic roadmap for you. First, we'll look at the shifting global landscape. Second, using your Indian engineering exams globally. Third, the funding and top scholarships. Fourth, post-study work ROI. And finally, a clear 12-month action plan. So, step 1, the landscape, global shifts and visa realities.
Before you even think about choosing a university, you really have to understand the macro shifts reshaping where Indian students are actually going in 2026. The traditional hubs, they're changing their tunes. The US has that crazy high visa rejection rate we just talked about, and Canada has shifted from, open arms to selective gates, with new intake caps and tightening post-graduation work permit rules. But hey, look at the bright side. Germany's popularity among Indian students has absolutely skyrocketed. It's more than doubled to over 32%. Why? Well, it's pretty simple. Germany offers this unbeatable combo: negligible tuition fees at public universities, an 18-month job seeker visa, and a really clear, stable path to a blue card and permanent residency for STEM grads. The map is shifting, and you need to pivot right along with it.
Moving on to step 2, the key, using Indian exams globally. If you're an Indian engineering aspirant, you are probably already grinding day and night for the JEE. But guess what? You can actually leverage that exact same hard work to unlock massive international doors. And this brilliantly illustrates how you don't necessarily have to take the SAT or ACT. Top-tier places like the National University of Singapore, which is literally a global top 10 university, will accept your JEE Advanced score for super competitive branches like computer science, though. Full disclosure, you will need a rank below 5,000. Over in Europe, prestigious universities like RWTH Aachen in Germany also recognize JEE Advanced for their BTech programs. So your local hard work, it has immense global currency. And speaking of Indian institutions expanding their footprint, check this out. The newly opened IIT Delhi Abu Dhabi campus represents a truly visionary step for global STEM education. By choosing a campus like this, you get the prestige of the IIT curriculum, but with all the added perks of international exposure, geographical proximity to India, and eventually access to a job market that offers tax-free salaries. I mean, it's an incredible bridge between domestic excellence and global opportunity. So you're probably wondering, how do you actually get into this Abu Dhabi campus? Well, admissions are handled through a brand new dedicated exam called the Combined Admission Entrance Test, or CAET. It's just a single 3-hour test covering your core fundamentals in physics, chemistry, and math. And the best part, it completely levels the playing field, whether you're coming from CBSE, IB, or GCSE boards. It's literally one test and one application that opens up a world-class STEM education abroad.
Now, what if you aren't taking the JEE or the CAT? Don't worry, you still have some absolutely incredible options. Take Nanyang Technological University, or NTU Singapore, for example. For their 2026 intakes, they accept standard India Class 12 board results right alongside a basic English proficiency test like IELTS or TOEFL. You don't always need some grueling specialized competitive exam to get into a world-class technology institute. Excellent high school academics paired with some strategic planning can totally be your golden ticket.
All right, step 3, the funding. Fully funded scholarships.
We all know studying abroad is a massive financial investment.
But what if I told you there are ways to make this entirely financially viable? Let's talk about the heavy hitters, fully funded government scholarships. These aren't just your standard minor discounts. These are literally life-changing financial packages. The MEXT scholarship in Japan and the Global Korea scholarship, they cover your entire tuition, give you round-trip airfare, and provide hefty monthly living stipends. To put that into perspective, we're talking around 64,000 to 70,000 rupees a month just to live and study. Then you've got the Lester B. Pearson Scholarship in Canada, which offers full 4-year coverage at the University of Toronto. Now, fair warning, these are highly competitive. You'll need strong academics, leadership skills, and a killer statement of purpose. But the payoff? It's an absolute free ride for your engineering degree.
And it's not just international governments pitching in. The Indian government offers tremendous support too, especially for marginalized students. Schemes like the National Overseas Scholarship and the Karnataka Prabhuda Scheme are designed specifically for students from SC, ST, or OBC backgrounds, typically with family incomes below 8 lakh rupees. These incredible schemes will actually cover tuition, visa costs, airfare, and living expenses if you secure admission into a top 325 or top 500 global university. The funding is out there, guys. You just have to strategize and apply for it.
Which brings us to step 4, the ROI. Post-study work visas compared.
Because let's be real, getting the degree is only half the battle. The real question is, can you stay and work afterwards? Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the contrasting trajectories of these countries. If your 5-year plan involves getting international work experience, you really need to look closely here. Germany offers an 18-month job seeker visa, but what makes it an absolute winner is the incredibly stable, super fast bridge to an EU Blue Card and then permanent residency, often in just 21 months for STEM professionals. Ireland is also a fantastic bet. They give you a 24-month post-study visa and a clear bridge to critical skills permits. On the flip side, the UK route is actually compressing. Starting in January 2027, grads are going to get 18 months instead of 24. In Canada, while it still offers up to 3 years, they are facing tightening eligibility and intake caps. Like the saying goes, you have to skate to where the puck is going, not where it's been.
Let's crystallize this with a direct head-to-head comparison, USA versus Germany. The USA is basically your high-risk, high-reward option. It's expensive, costing anywhere from 50 to 80 lakh rupees, and you have to deal with that really tough visa lottery. But it is completely unmatched if you're diving into AI, deep tech, or elite research. Germany, on the other hand, is your stable, expanding play. With public university tuition sitting between literally 0 and 2 lakh rupees, plus a massive, welcoming job market for engineers, it arguably offers the absolute best, most concrete ROI for a standard STEM applicant today.
Finally, step 5, the action plan, 12-month roadmap.
All right, we've covered the landscape, the exams, the funding, and the ROI. Now, let's tie it all together into a solid action plan. Here is your timeline. Seriously, go ahead and take a screenshot if you need to. 10 to 12 months before your intake, you need to start researching and shortlisting. Then, at the 8 to 10 month mark, it is head-down preparation for your exams, whether that means locking in your JEE Advanced rank or taking your IELTS. By months 6 to 8, you're crafting your winning profile by gathering those letters of recommendation and writing a highly compelling statement of purpose. Months 5 to 7, that's when you pull the trigger and apply to both the universities and those separate scholarship portals. And finally, 2 to 3 months out, you accept your offer and navigate that all-important visa process. Structure and timing are literally everything here.
So, after laying all of this out, I want to leave you with a question to ponder today. Looking at the shifting visa landscapes, the unbelievable funding opportunities, and the immense power of the exams you're probably already studying for, which global destination truly aligns with your 5-year career plan? Think about it, do your research, and start executing on that roadmap. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today, and I wish you the absolute best of luck in your engineering journey.